Marriage doesn't turn you into a better person. It turns up the volume on who you are already. If you're impatient now, you'll be impatient in marriage. If you avoid conflict now, you'll avoid it then. The best gift you can give your future husband and marriage is the work you do on your character and emotional self right now. Welcome to Love Journey, the podcast where we prepare for love God's way. I'm Alana, your love life coach, here to help you heal, grow, and build a love that lasts. This is your place for real talk, biblical truth, and heart-deep transformation for the love God has for you. A love that is right, rooted in God, honesty, and trust. Welcome to Love Journey. Hey, my sister, welcome back to the Love Journey podcast. This is episode 4, and we're at the third level in the Prepare for Love series, E, Examine Your Character. Now, this episode isn't about fixing someone else. It's about growing you. And I know self-examination can be uncomfortable, but I promise it's powerful because the kind of woman you're becoming right now is either preparing you for marriage or delaying it. And today, we're not just digging into character, but we're also talking about emotional maturity. Because marriage doesn't just need love, it needs stability, humility, patience, and Christlike strength. If this is your first time listening, we're walking through my Prepare framework, a 7-step journey God used to transform my love life and prepare me for the godly marriage I have today. And actually, today, the day I'm recording this episode, happens to be the 20th anniversary of when I met my husband. But I can promise you, if God hadn't walked me through the kind of personal work this series is all about, I wouldn't have been ready for him or for the marriage we've built together. So, with that in mind, let's get into why today's step in the Prepare framework is so vital. Because whether you're single, dating, or engaged, the work you do on your character now will shape the kind of marriage you'll have later. So why does character and emotional maturity matter? Well, here's what no one tells you. Marriage doesn't fix character flaws or emotional immaturity. It magnifies them. Proverbs 27:17 says, "As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another." And I can promise you, there are very few relationships that will sharpen you more than marriage. If you struggle with insecurity, unforgiveness, fear of conflict, or blowing up in anger, it won't magically go away with the ring. In fact, it might get worse under the weight of intimacy, stress, and unmet expectation. And that's why developing Christ-like character and emotional maturity now is essential. There was a time when I had a whole list for the kind of man I wanted to marry. But I never asked myself, would a man like that want to marry me? Man, that was a humbling moment. God used that time to gently begin to show me areas that I needed to grow in. I had to heal from insecurity so that I wouldn't place my worth on the relationship. I had to learn self-control because not every feeling needed to be followed. And I had to stop avoiding the hard conversations and learn how to resolve conflicts. When I let God reshape my character and emotional habits, everything changed. My standards, my choice, and my confidence in love. So what does godly character look like? Galatians 5:22-23 says, "The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control." These aren't just nice to haves. These are essential for life and for a marriage that reflects Christ. Love helps you respond with grace. Self-control helps you to not say things in anger that you'll regret later. Gentleness and patience helps you to build trust and safety. And faithfulness helps you to show up even when it's hard. And guess what? These fruits are also the markers of emotional maturity. I like to describe emotional maturity as learning to Feel your emotions without letting them control you. Proverbs 29:11 says, "A fool gives full vent to his spirit, but a wise man quietly holds it back." It means you take responsibility for your triggers instead of blaming others. You respond instead of reacting. You can hold space for someone else's feelings, even when it's uncomfortable. And you practice empathy, not entitlement. James 1:19 says, "Be quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to become angry." If we're going to build marriages that reflect God's love, we need to be women who aren't ruled by emotions, but are led by the Spirit. And the good news is, emotional maturity isn't something you either have or you don't. It's something you can grow in step by step with God's help. So let's talk about some practical ways you can start strengthening your character and emotional maturity today. Number 1, prioritize your walk with God. Spend consistent time in prayer and the Word. You can't bear spiritual fruit apart from the vine. Number 2, focus on one virtue at a time. Say you want to grow in patience. You should study it. Meditate on verses like Romans 12:12 and Galatians 6:9, and then ask God to give you the opportunities to practice it. Number 3, this one I had to use a lot. Practice the pause. Before reacting emotionally, pause, breathe, and pray. This one habit can change your relationships. Number 4, embrace spiritual disciplines. The only way you become more like Jesus is by being in his presence. And fasting, solitude, worship, and confession all help shape your soul and make you more like him. Number 5, cultivate self-awareness. Notice your emotional patterns and triggers and ask yourself, why did that hit me so hard? Number 6, seek accountability. Invite a mentor, a coach, a friend to walk with you. Tell them what you're working on, and then they can hold you accountable. Number 7, reflect and recommit. Don't expect perfection. Just keep coming back to Jesus. His grace is enough. His Spirit is powerful. Every step that you take in this process is preparing you for something bigger than you can see right now. Your single season is a God-given opportunity to become spiritually and emotionally mature for your good and for your future marriage. When you commit to character development and emotional maturity, you won't just attract the right kind of person, you'll become the right kind of partner. In our next episode, we're going to talk about clarifying your purpose for marriage, because if you don't know why you want to be married, it's easy to settle for something that looks good but isn't God. But before we go, here's your checkpoint challenge for the week. Ask God, Lord, what fruit do you want to grow in my life right now? Then choose one small step. Maybe it's studying a specific verse, or pausing in your next conflict, or maybe it's journaling your emotional triggers. Don't wait for marriage to mature you. Let maturity prepare you for marriage. Well, my sister, I am so glad you joined me today. This kind of inner work truly lays the foundation for a love that lasts. Now, if this episode blessed you, follow the show and share it with a sister that's preparing for godly love. And keep sending in your questions. I'll be answering them in a Q&A episode once we wrap up this series. You can email me at hello@lovejourneypodcast.com or use the link in the show notes. Now remember, God's way isn't always the quickest, but it is the way that leads to lasting love. I'm cheering you on, always.